Hey everyone, this is Andrew, and I want to talk about Redo of a Healer because a friend mentioned it to me, and then I looked it up. And I did not know it was a big thing because the government decided to censor a lot of the parts that happen, even though there is an uncensored version. And I want to see if it's honestly good, as in it's good show. Has good character. Like, I don't mean good characters, but characters that have personality and can pass it off as an actual decent thing. So this is basically a revenge plot. Uh, Involved a guy named Kiru who essentially is the hero of healing, and there's a bunch of heroes. There's like 4 heroes or 5 heroes in this world. He's one of them. Essentially, his power is he can heal almost any wound, and the downside is that he will get the pain and the memories and experience of that person. So he'll get powers and stuff, but he'll have the feeling of his arm being cut off or any traumatic experience happen to that person. He will get all of that. So essentially, he refuses to heal a lot, all the time, and they torture him and get him addicted to drugs and rape him and all this stuff to make him basically a lifeless puppet. Near the end, they fight the Demon King or Demon Lord. Once he defeats the Demon Lord, he goes, "I wanted to protect something," and he takes a Philosopher's Stone, absorbs it, and goes back in time, saying, "I'm gonna get revenge on all of you for what you did to me." He wakes up like every tormented character, wakes up from a bad dream, realizes he has to do something, goes to a river. A spirit gives him a status effect, basically. He can see statuses now. He realizes that he's a hero. He remembers everything that was done to him at that moment. He gets ready, basically, and eats all the poison to kind of gain resistance to prepare. Princess Flare, who's a hero of magic, comes, and basically all the stuff happens all over again. He heals somebody, he refuses. Boom, bam, bomb, boom, bang. Episode 2 kind of follows through with that. Boom, bang, bang. And then he waits 6 months later. He regains himself. He knows the king is gone because he can't defeat the king because the king apparently is a monster. So he breaks out, kills the guards, disguises himself using shape-shifting magic that he got from somebody, and disguises himself as the captain. The captain gets disguised as Kiru. He said something really disturbing. I can't say it here. So they go to the private quarters. He kills the 2 personal guards, tortures the girl in very brutal fashion. I'll give it that. Very brutal fashion. And does a lot of other things. One involving hot poker almost being involved. And then after all that, he erases her memory and changes her face and leaves a fake corpse, changes his face, tells Flare that your name is Fina, you're my attendant, and we love each other. And that's basically it. Like, that's episode 2. Episode 3. He starts off leaving the kingdom because the daughter Norm is there, and the daughter Norm kind of knew something that was going to happen. So he's leaving before he even sees her. He basically, almost all the episode is, again, a flashback of all the mistreatment by the heroes, by Fina, Flare, whoever you want to call that. And finally, near the end, he travels to a kingdom. He finds out there's a plague. He uses his healing ability to make a potion to sell it to a merchant and make a deal. Basically, half profits all the time. After that, he goes with the profit. He buys a slave because slaves can be used as human shields, as he puts it. And he finds someone that really hates humans because of something the Imperials did. Essentially, his reasoning: she has the same eyes of hatred that I do, and I'm going to nurture that hatred. Like, dude. So in these episodes, is it worth watching? No, not really. It's not worth watching, honestly. From just episode 1 through 3, it's not. Like I'll watch episode 4 and 5 to tell you guys if it gets better, because sometimes it takes a couple episodes to get better. But at this point, there's no redeemable characters. All the characters are just no. You know, Kiru is not. Flare is not. Any of the supporting characters, like Captain of the Guards, it's not. Nobody is redeemable. Nobody is likable. And the story, I mean, you can make uh, a good story out of Revenge. Literally, there's whole superheroes that were based on it almost. You know, you can think of the Punisher for one. Like, come on. And anime wise, honestly, or at least anime or manga wise, if you want something that has brutality, that has despair, but at least has a sliver of hope and has good characters and has actual personality other than just a big ball of revenge, watch Berserk. It has a lot of the same stuff. Well, not a lot of the same. This one goes a little bit more into detail. Yeah, kind of a little bit more into detail. Because Berserk gets brutal. It gets just as brutal or a little bit more brutal than this. But it has a character that has a personality. That's the big difference in between these two. Yes, it's a guy focused on revenge, but at least Guts can make a joke. Guts can crack a smile without making you feel uncomfortable about it. This, he has supporting characters that also are decent characters. There's stuff wrong with them, but at least they have an in-depth, complex character about them. And this guy does not. The supporting characters do not. It's all not. Nothing is feel good. Nothing is really that fascinating. The only thing that is fascinating is the people that are saying, hey, this is not uncensored. This is wrong. That's the only thing I can think of that this thing got huge. That's the only reason. I will watch episode 4 and 5, and then that is it, because I just don't see it getting any better. We will find out. Tell me what your thoughts about this show, and I hope your day is as awesome as you are, and I will see you in the next video.